All right, my people, welcome back onto this channel. Well, Yoruba Nation are going back, exactly what the people are still talking about, and exactly what it is. How Yoruba Nation will be declared and achieved. Another Yoruba Imam support the movement. This is another serious one. Well, onto this one, a lot of clergymen have said a lot of things. A lot of imam this time around are coming out one after the other to support the movement. And then onto this imam of Ofa said a lot of things concerning how the new Nigerian leaders have destroyed Nigeria as a country. So because of that, everybody needs to work for Yoruba Nation because we can no longer continue in this. In fact, this is a mess according to him. He said a lot of things that Yoruba Nation movement, there shouldn't be any going back. We should not relent in our efforts to get it achieved. And meanwhile, a lot of agitators have said it categorically that either they like it or not, this 2022 Yoruba Nation will be achieved by God's grace, and they know there is no two ways about it. Though some set of agitators angrily have said that it will be taken by force, either they like it or not. In case they do not want us to get our Yoruba Nation, we must take it by force. That's another serious one. Well, according to the Imam of Ofa, he said a lot of things, and I was so impressed with everything he said. Well, meanwhile, according to what he has said, he said all Nigerian leaders, talking about the new leaders we have right now, they are bad people. None of them is working, none of them is working for the tomorrow of Nigeria. Hey, that's another serious one. That all these side of people, they are just working for their own pockets. But meanwhile, our old leaders in those days, they actually worked for the development, for the people, for things to work out for the people, not for their own selfish gains. But the difference, the reverse is the case this time around, because most of these new leaders right now, they are what they do is to just work for themselves and their own children, even their generation to come, unborn children, but for the masses to whom they have been employed. I say employed, yes, because they have been employed to work for the masses. That's why the masses voted them in. They are supposed to be the servant to the people, to make the people smile, to put smiles in the faces of the people. They have been saddled with that responsibility to take care, to cater for the people. But look at what is going on right now. The reverse had been the case. Look at kidnap everywhere. People are even paying ransom. At the end of it all, they will still kill them. And yet you are telling us that there is something called one Nigeria. It can never work. And exactly what the people are talking about. Meanwhile, onto this, the Imam of Ofa narrated a lot of things. I was so shocked. He said in those days that somebody like Aminu Kano, those set of people, when you go to their houses, what they built, you will be shocked. They did not even get any good thing for themselves, but compared to what they invested in the masses on the street for their people, they gave everything to the people. Talking about Tafawa Balewa, look at now, you can hear their names. You hear a lot of things said, good things said about them. You can see good roads and all that about them, but in their own house, you'll be shocked that would you believe that this kind of person was one that donated all this, but to himself there was nothing that spectacular to talk about. That is good governance in those days. Talking about Akintola of Ogbomoso, according to the Imam of Ofa, he said Akintola of Ogbomoso gave them, created cocoa house, that he gave them a lot of things in his place. But all these people, they make sure the masses enjoy more than they themselves will enjoy. Talking about Awolowo, he took some people to Ikene, Awolowo. You see Awolowo Road, you see a lot of things this set of people made possible for the people coming behind to enjoy. But this time around, the reverse had been the case. All they do right now is for themselves. Paddy government. And then how do you now want the country to be good? And how long do you think the people can continue to suffer? The Yorubas have suffered enough, according to him, that we can no longer open our eyes. Yoruba nation must be declared, must be achieved, because God is not happy with the way the Yorubas are being treated. He said a lot of things, and then he said these new leaders we have right now, they don't even think about the tomorrow of the people. No tomorrow in Nigeria. As far as Nigeria is concerned, there is no tomorrow. Anyone who is shouting, oh, don't worry, Nigeria will be better, that such a person is deceiving his or herself. This time around, let everybody go his separate ways, and then let all the people enjoy. Let the generation unborn be happy with the leaders, with the elders that we have right now, with the youth that we have right now, because in future, when that time comes, they will be like, oh, our youth, our fathers actually made this happen, and exactly what is supposed to be. We can no longer continue like this. Yes, we can no longer continue like this, according to what he has said. He said, okay, look at now in this country, thieves talks are being celebrated. For instance, when you arrest a kidnapper or you arrest any of these Fulani kidnappers, the next thing, they will take them to the police station. Before you know it, they will be released. The next thing, they will be gallivanting town. Then can this happen in those days? Any criminal being caught in those days will definitely go for it. Will definitely go for it. But this time around is another thing. Yes, and then most of all this, according to him, he said most of all these women right now, they are campaigning for a wrong person. Majority of them will even leave the job they are doing and be campaigning for other people's husband who do not even merit it, of which their own husbands are in the farm rotting, instead of them to wake up and say, okay, let's follow our nation, Yoruba nation. But yet they are there busy campaigning for a wrong man, which who cannot even take the people anywhere. Yeah, so this time around, talks, according to him, are being celebrated. In those days, a lot of people want their children to be medical doctor. They want their children to come out in flying colors. Everybody wants their children to be on top of the world, do something that people will appreciate. But this time around, so talks are being celebrated, according to Imam. And I try to take a look at it. That I think this Imam is right. You will see bad boys making a lot of money, all in the name of the fact that these bad talks are working for the politicians. A lot of them making good money, millions of naira. They are being celebrated. They will give them positions. As far as this country, Nigeria, is concerned, they will give them positions. They are being celebrated. Talks. Meanwhile, the so-called youths who have been reading, coming out with flying colors, at the end of the day, no job for them. Instead, they will now look at some thugs controlling them, employing them in their own company. We are talking about thugs simply because thugs are being celebrated in this modern world that the Nigerian leaders, the bad people, have turned around. And yet you are saying we should continue, that there is one Nigeria. He said a lot of things. In fact, he even talked about the fact that in those days, when a child comes out with a flying colors, they will be sent abroad. They give them scholarship. But this time around, even the so-called school that they are supposed to go and get a better qualification, the so-called university, had been closed. Then they want people to say they still want to remain in that kind of contraction called a country. Meanwhile, their own children are not in that same country. And later they will come out to tell us that there is one Nigeria. Nigeria will be better. Let's be one. Of which most of our resources have been stolen by all this set of people. They have transferred it to another country. Their children are over there enjoying it. Yet you are saying the Yoruba people should still remain and listen to this. A lot of people are actually suffering right now. The Yorubas are actually suffering, and we can no longer continue like this. And exactly what it is. Okay, fine. He said, even right now, you will see bad girls, prostitutes being celebrated. You will see a girl who is not married want to celebrate birthday. Politicians will come from nowhere. This one will donate 50 million naira. This one will donate 100 million naira. This is a girl that is not married. Mind you, understand, she is not married. But anytime she wants to celebrate her birthday, somebody will celebrate the birthday for her with a brand new car, support with 50 million naira or 100 million naira. Then, how do you now expect other decent girls to say they want to go to school when they believe that if they can open their body, they will make a lot of money? And exactly what is happening right now in Nigeria, exactly what is happening right now in the country, simply because of bad leadership. And then how long are we going to continue like this? Yet some set of people are telling us that we must support one Nigeria, when we know that when Yoruba Nation is being declared, we can do better. Our culture will come back. Our good culture will come back to the way it has been. That is why everybody needs to wake up. Yoruba Nation, no going back. A lot of things were actually said though onto this, but the truth of the matter is everyone needs to wake up. Everyone needs to wake up. And then he also talked about the fact that boys in the streets are being given weapons. They are being given weapons to fight, to work for the politicians, of which their own children, you can never see any of their children amongst these people. They are ready to useless the life of the boys, of the youth. They buy them sophisticated weapons to fight for their own selfish gains. At the end of it all, they will now say this set of boys should return those weapons. How possible can that be? Some of them will return, some will not return. At the end of the day, the ones that did not return will now use it to be disturbing and be attacking people in the society. This is as a result of bad leadership. And as far as the nation is concerned right now, there is nothing good that can come out of that country. That is why Yoruba Nation must be declared. And then meanwhile, this Imam actually said a lot of things. He actually said a lot of things. And then as it stands right now, everyone needs to wake up, and everyone needs to do the right thing so that things will definitely continue to work out. Because a lot of these leaders have made life miserable for the people. That's why you can see kidnaps everywhere. That's why you can see all our daughters, they have now involved themselves, engaged themselves in prostitutions. The young boys have now engaged themselves in 419, simply because of bad leadership, simply because of selfishness. All they think about is their own selfish gains, which will not be possible. And then Yoruba Nation must be actualized. Well, majority of things though are actually being said, and then the truth of the matter is everyone needs to be also prayerful about this, because as it stands, the Yoruba people have actually made up their minds, and then I think there is no going back about it, and exactly what it is. All right, my people, this is it on to this one. What more can we say? Meanwhile, let me have your own take on this, my people, and remember to subscribe for more updates if you are new on this channel. All right, thanks and God bless.